Welcome to market commentary. So in this market commentary, I will be focusing more on the trades I took during the week, right? So I'll focus more on the trades I took during the week to and show you the rationale or the storyline behind my entries, right? So I believe by doing that, you'll be able to know where you have or where you are missing it, or be able to learn one or two that you add to what you already know to improve your trading, right? So these are the trades I had during the week. So I'll be doing a market commentary on them to show you my entry and the reason why I took those entries, right? So stay with me. But before I go to the market commentary, just a quick recap. My trading approach is the SLK, right? So structure, liquidity, and key level. Then there's what we call storyline, right? So now, by storyline, if your storyline is starting from the daily, on the daily chart, you just want to see one thing. You just want to see price to tap at a key level and reject from it. So the moment price taps at a key level and go rejected, maybe rejected to the downside or rejected to the upside, that is for buy, rejected to the downside for sell. Then I'm going to go down to one time frame lower, right? So from daily to one time frame lower, that is 4 hours. Now in 4 hours, I want to see any of these. So it's either I see this QM, that is sweep and break of structure, or I'll just see breakouts. Now any of these that I seize on the 4 hours after price rejection on the daily. So once I see any of this on the 4 hour, it has confirmed the price action on the daily. Then I will now go down to H1. Now in H1, I'm still looking at for the same thing, sweep and break or breakouts, right? Now, but for me now to pick my entry, right, I need to pick an entry that has inducement or that has liquidity before it. So there must be liquidity before the key level, right? So your key level must have liquidity, right? Because we trade SLK structure. So basically in SLK, we are looking for liquidity close to key level, and we are subjecting it to the overall structure, right? Now, at times the liquidity might be more visible on M30 or on the 1 hour, so dependent. So most times I just pick my liquidity from 1 hour. Now, this QM we give you three key levels. You have this key level on the neckline, I have this key level on the left shoulder, and I have this on the A shape. Now, which of these key level you are going to play, right? So maybe if you are confused on the key level to play, now the key level you are going to play is the one that has liquidity close to it. If it's this neckline, right, that has liquidity close to it, that is where you pick your entry from. Now, if it is this left shoulder, which is this, that has liquidity close to it, that is where you pick your entry from. Then if it is this exterior, which is this X shape that has liquidity close to it, that is where you pick your entry from. So that is basically how I approach the market using the LCK. So this is like a template, right? So with this template is just a summary of everything I trade. Now, let me go to, I think the first asset I had during the week was or GPBUSD, right? So my first trade for the week was GBPUSD. So let's look at GBPUSD and know why I took the trade on GBPUSD. Now we go to GBPJPY. Right. So I like to start my I like to start my I like to use the weekly time frame, right? Anytime I'm starting my storyline, anytime I'm starting my storyline for a fresh week, I always like to first of all look at the weekly. Now, when I look at the weekly chart, I saw that this is what price did the previous week, right? And when I saw that this is what price did the previous week, okay, I know that, okay, we have a key level here. Yeah, right. So this is a weekly key level. I've explained key level, right? In key level, we have three types of key level. We have the A-shaped key level, right? Which are used for sales until proven otherwise. We have the V-shaped key level, right? Which are used for buys until proven otherwise. And also we have the open and close key level. So the open and close key level can either be bullish open and close or bearish open and close. But if you still have issues or don't understand key level, you can always let me know so that maybe I will do a different video to explain key level, right? So this is the market commentary. I'm not supposed to be teaching it, just to show you what I did. Now, so on the weekly, at the beginning of the week, when I saw this, and I know that this is a key level where I'm expecting price to come and react. So this is what I saw. So I was expecting price to come here and react. Then I go down to the daily, because that is where. Now, the moment I saw that price has traded and entered this, then refining it to daily, this is also an A-shaped key level, which also form like a kind of double top, right? So when I now refine it to the daily, now on the daily, the first thing that happened, this was the price action on Monday, right? So the moment this Monday candle hits here, the moment it hits here, it hits at this key level, which is the X-shaped key level. The moment price hit there and got rejected and closed below. Now, candle closure is very, very important. For this candle to go rejected and close below tells you that there is an incoming sell pressure. Now, the moment I saw this on the H1 on the daily at the close of Monday market. So what I was just waiting for is for price to give me a breakout on H4. Then when I went down to H4, I'm waiting for breakouts, right? So the breakouts happened on this where I have this is where the first breakouts happen. Maybe if you go down to this is where the first breakout happens. So you need to actually train your eye to see it. Right. So this is where the first breakouts happen. Maybe if you go down to 2 hours, we are going to see it more clearly. So the moment I saw this breakout on Monday, because this breakout happened on Monday. So this is the candle that caused the sorry, this is the let me zoom in. So this is the candle that caused the breakout. So this candle took out this low and closed below it, right? Now, the moment I saw this on Monday, that is towards the close of the Monday market. So then I went down to H1. So in H1, I saw that, okay, since this has happened, and you know that we always want to use key level that has liquidity close to it. Now this is liquidity. All right, so this is liquidity. So all right, so this liquidity, and that is where I picked my first entry. So as of then, price was still somewhere around. Okay, let me see if I can get that chart again. Sorry. Think, let me check my EOD. I want to get the just want to show you something. All right, so as of then, price was still, because this is still Monday. So price closed on Monday here, right? So when the market was opening and I saw that okay, price is going up, I just know that okay, price is going to take out this liquidity. And at the close of Asia, when I saw that Asia has formed their high, which is also another form of liquidity, so I was now confident, right, to play this key level. So my first entry was exactly at this key level. Right, my first entry was exactly at this key level, and I was risking, sorry, my stop loss was 15 pips, right? So basically, if I'm trading SLK for, I like to use 10 to 15 pips stop loss. But if it's JPY pairs, I use maximum of 20 pips for JPY pairs, right? Then for gold it varies. For gold it varies, right? But if it's for other pairs, I use 10 to 15 pips stop loss. So this based on my own research. Maybe if you do your own research, you are going to know what works for you. So I was risking 15 pips. Now my target was the next H4 key level. Now, whenever you are building your storyline, the storyline you use for confirmation, right? If you want to use key level for exit, right? The storyline used for confirmation, you are going to use the key level in that storyline. What do I mean? If I started building my storyline from H1, right, and if I started building my storyline from the daily and I use H4 for my confirmation, right, the my exit point, if I want to use key level, we have to be another key level on H4. So this is an opposing key level on H4, which I was using as my target, right? So this is the opposing key level on H4 that I was using as my target. Because if you looking at the whole structure, I know that if price should be dropping, the only place that we act as a resistance or a support is going to be this, right? So I was using this next opposite H4 key level as my target. So for the first entry, that is basically what I did. So on Tuesday, I picked two entry on Tuesday. So this was the first entry that gave 1:8. Now the second entry, still on the same 1 hour, right? When I saw that price gave an engulfing, for those of us that understand candlestick pattern, when I saw that price gave this bearish engulfing, right? When I saw this bearish engulfing, and this bearish engulfing formed an A-shaped key level. So, and we always want to use key level that has liquidity close to it. And I know that these zones are liquidity, right? These zones are liquidity. So it will make more sense if you go down to M30, you are going to see that that place is liquidity. So that is the next place I played. So the same thing is what I did. So I use this as liquidity. So what do I do? The same 15 pip stop loss was what I was using. I was using 15. I could actually use 10, but I just want to use 15. All right. Then still targeting the next 4 hour low, 4 hour key level. Right. So that is why I said the first entry, right? The first entry gave me 8 RR and the second entry gave me 6.5 RR. So, and this was a massive win for me on Tuesday. So both trades triggered on Tuesday and hit TP on Tuesday. So triggered on Tuesday, hit TP on Tuesday. No story, right? Triggered on Tuesday, hit TP on Tuesday. So this was the first trade I had during the week, right? Now, so 8 RR and 6.5. Now on Wednesday, so after after the price action on, sorry, let me just clear this. After the price action on Tuesday, that is when the Tuesday market closed, because this is Monday candle, right? So this is Tuesday. Now, after the price action on Tuesday, I also saw that Tuesday still has a rejection. Let me go back to and bring the key level. Tuesday candle still got rejected from this key level. Remember, these the templates we are working with, right? I told you, want to see price tap at a key level and go rejected. Once that is done, you go down to one time frame lower to look for confirmation, right? So the moment I saw this, the moment I saw that, okay, Tuesday also has rejection to the downside, right? So I was just looking for sales on Wednesday. I'm not interested in anything buy, because Monday was rejected and we sold on Tuesday. Now also Tuesday also hit the key level and got rejected. So on Wednesday, I was only looking for sales. So that is more like a continuation trade, right? Then if you go down to H4, you are going to now see that, sorry, let me go to Tuesday and just put that demarcation, because this is the candle of Tuesday. Right, so if I now go down to H4, change this to line chart. Now the breakout is now more clearer. Right, so this Tuesday H4 breakout, which confirms the price action. We confirm the price action on the daily for Tuesday, right? So when I saw this, I was just looking for sales. So that I'm looking for sell continuation. So the first sell I only had one sell on Tuesday, right? So I was using this open close key level, but I was using this open close key level. First of all, I waited for price to give me the Asian high, right? Like I've always told us that the Asian highs and low are liquidity points. So I waited for price to give me Asian high. So the moment I saw Asian high, and I know that this is open close key level, right? When you have two consecutive candle, the opening and the midpoint, that is where one candle close and the other candle open. That is what we call the open and close key level. And this is a bearish open and close key level. right? Now the bearish open and close key level, they are used for sales until it proven otherwise. So until it maybe price disrespect it. So if price disrespect it, you now use it for buys. Now, but I refined to M30, right? I refined to M30. So on M30, I was just using this. I was just using this. So which is this level. The same thing is what I did. Was our risk, sorry, my SL was 15 pips. SL was 15 pips. So with 15 pips SL, so my target was this low. My target was this low. I think the H1 low, target was this H1 low. Right, so that was the second trade I had the following day. Right, so I think I did not post it here, but that was the second trade I had the following day. Right, and this was 5RR. So that is the trade I had on Thursday. Then I had on Wednesday, Then on Thursday, I didn't see anything I like on Thursday. I think on Thursday, I actually had a loss on Thursday. I had a loss on Thursday. Let me see if I can see what I did on Thursday. So I had a loss on. Okay, on Thursday I was also looking to play with. I was also looking to do something with this key level, right? I had a loss on Thursday. Let me just check my let me check my journal. Right, so I had a loss on Thursday, right? So I had this loss on Thursday, but it was not after this loss on Thursday that when I now look back, I now saw the reason why I had that loss, right? Now on Wednesday, see what price did on Wednesday, right? So see what price did on Wednesday. When the market closed on Wednesday, remember, we're always looking for key level rejection and close. I was using now I see what price did on Wednesday because I sold on Monday, I sold on Tuesday, sold on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, I was also looking to sell without checking what price has done. See what price did on Wednesday. Price reacted on this open close key level and close below it, right? And by our standard, right, by what we trade or by the rules, I shouldn't, once price has close above this, right? I shouldn't be looking for sales, rather I should be looking for buy, but I need to first of all wait for H4 to give me a confirmation, which is the breakout. And H4 actually gave a breakout. H4 gave a breakout, but I was now focusing on one side of the market because I sold on Tuesday, sold on Wednesday. So I was now also trying to sell on Thursday. So it was after I had a loss that, because me personally, anytime I have a loss, I don't just have a loss and maybe if I have a loss, I always want to find out why I had that loss. So when I was not doing my EOD to know the reason why I had a loss, and I saw that this is what actually happened. So I take my correction. So these are the I think the 4 trades I had on GBPUSD for the week. I also had another sell I was expecting on Friday, but price didn't trigger. Then I was trying to use this high. Let me see if I can get this thing. GBPUSD. Right, so this is the sell I was looking for on Friday. I was trying to use Thursday high as liquidity to sell, but unfortunately, right, which is this Thursday high, I was trying to use it as liquidity to pick a sell entry, but unfortunately, price did not get there. Now I'm no longer interested in this because of what spot price did on Friday, right? If you look at Friday price action, you are going to notice that price, right, reacted from this key level, from this open close key level, and closed above it. So on Monday, I'll be looking out for H4 confirmation once I have a breakout. Once price breaks out, if I have a breakout on this level, right? If I have a breakout on this level, I'll be looking for buy. So the breakout on this level is going to confirm the price action I'm having currently on the daily. So I'm not interested in on anything buy on this asset on Monday, right? So that is that for my trades on GBPUSD. So another thing I had was on GBPJPY. So, and these are sweet trades, right? I have on GBPJPY sweet trades. So let me just walk you through GBPJPY before our time elapses, right? So I just believe that you are getting something from this commentary, right? You believe you are getting value from this commentary. So like I said at the beginning of every week, I always like to start my analysis from the weekly time frame so that I will know where price is coming from and where price is going. So at the beginning of the week, when I look at the weekly time frame, I saw that where price is coming from is from this V-shaped key level, right? So when I saw that, okay, this is what has happened previous week, and also this week also gave a kind of continuation. Now let me now give you another hint for you to trade this current week. You see that this is a new V-shaped key level that is formed, right? And this current week has reacted on it and closed. Now, if price gives you H1 and also we already have which H1 breakout, see, just be looking for buys on this pair this week. Be looking for buys. Personally, I'll be looking for buys on the because of what I saw that is happening on the weekly. Or maybe price comes to here. Price comes to this A-shaped key level. Then I will not change my bias. So now, but to show you what formed my decision for the week. So when I saw where price was coming from, right? As of then, this particular candle has not been formed, right? As of then, this particular candle has not been formed. So it was just these two candles. So I went down to daily. Let me remove those guys. I went down to daily. Then on the daily chart, this is price action on Tuesday. Now on Monday, I don't actually see what I like on Monday. Then when price closed on Monday, I saw that okay, this is a V-shaped key level. This is a V-shaped key level, right? And this is liquidity. Price picked this liquidity, which is previous day low. And I've already told us that the previous day low and previous day high are liquidity points, right? Because this is the low of Monday. This is Monday candle. This is the high. This is the low. Price pick out the low of Monday, tap into this key level, and got rejected massively. Now, this is what was happening on Tuesday, and got rejected massively, and the rejection was massive and close bullish as well, right? So the moment I saw this on Tuesday, On Wednesday, my all my attention is to buy. I have no interest in anything sell, right? But before I'll be able to pick a buy, I need to see H4 breakout to be able to confirm this, right? So we've seen the rejection. I need to now see H4 breakout. So if I see H4 breakout or QM, it confirms the price action on the daily. So that is the daily and the H4 are in alignment. That is what it means. So we now went down to H4, right? On H4, I put this to line charts, right? Put it to line charts. So on line charts, I saw several breakouts. So now you always want to focus on the most recent breakout when you meet the market, right? Like in cases where you have several breakouts, just focus on the most recent breakouts. So when I saw these breakouts, okay, I know that okay, H4 has confirmed the price action on H1. So on the daily, sorry, H4 has confirmed the price action on the daily. So what am I now looking for? I just went down to H1 to see if I can see inducements, to see if I can see liquidity, right? For liquidity and inducement for entering. Now, the moment I saw that price was giving this is an Asian low. And like I've always told us, the Asian highs and low are liquidity points in the market. So the moment I saw price printing the moment I saw this Asian low, right, this move started 9 a.m., which is London. So the moment I saw this Asian low, and I'm sure that even before this Asian low, I've already seen a liquidity here, right? I've already seen a liquidity. This is a single candle inducement, which is liquidity, right? But the Asian low, maybe if you don't understand single candle inducement, you can just use the Asian low. Then which key level is now close to this, which is this V-shaped key level. So I play this V-shaped key level, right? So for this, I was using 20 pips because JPY pairs at times they can they can do some stop run, right? They can just you might see very wicked long week. So that is why at times I use 20 pips on them. Now, where is my target? Like I've told you, right? Personally, if I'm using key level, right? If I'm using key level for entry and exit, so that means the key level I use for confirmation, right, is the key level I'm going to, sorry, the time frame I use for confirmation. I will look for a key level in that time frame, an opposing key level in that time frame for exit. So this is the H4 key level I use for confirmation, right? So my first target, right, my first point of well, I say point of attack is this V-shaped key level because I believe that the moment price hit this V-shaped key level, price should give me a reaction, and I'm not interested to start waiting for price to be dragging me in the reaction. So this was actually where I have my targets, right? So on the H1, so this is my target. It was massive, sorry. So with 20 pips. So this was actually 13 ARA, but it didn't hit the full ARA of that day, right? This this is like a kind of swing. So I think the full ARA was hit on Thursday, I mean Friday. But are they actually hold up to that level? Are they actually hold up to that level? I think I left the trade when I left the trade. Let me check my EOD. Check my EOD. That is on Tuesday, I'll be Wednesday. That is Tuesday. Tuesday price action to trade Wednesday. Okay, that is Wednesday. I actually left the trade after, yeah, I think at this that is where I left the trade. That is with 9 RR. So just left with 9 RR. I didn't want to, because I was looking to pick another entry. So I left the trade around here. Yeah. So this is where I left the trade, right? This for what happened on Wednesday, using the price action on Tuesday, using the price action on the daily on Tuesday. This is what happened on Wednesday. So the moment we entered, that is at the middle of New London, sorry, at the middle of New York section. So when I just saw that, okay, New York is about to close, so I just closed my trade, right? Then, so that is what's happened on Wednesday. Then at the close of market on Wednesday, I still went because you always want at the close of the market, right? At the close of the day, right? Since I use daily storyline a lot. At the close of the day, I like to delete all the markup and start afresh. So now this is the price action on Wednesday, right? So if you also look at the price action on Wednesday, you are going to now notice that it also it also reacted from this V-shaped key level, right? And closed above it bullish. Now, the moment I saw that, okay, we are still bullish on Wednesday, right? So it's just simple. I just go down to H4 and just saw that, okay, we still have like a recent H4 breakout. So this is a recent H4 breakout. Right. So when I saw this recent H4 breakout, I was now confident that, okay, H4 has confirmed the price action on the H1. Sorry, on the daily. H4 has confirmed the price action on the daily. Then on H1, I'm just looking for entry. I'm just looking for inducements and look for entry, right? Now, this is where the breaker happened, right? Where the breaker happened that confirms that. Now, on H4, on the H1, I was using this Asian low. The moment I saw price printed Asian low, I was using it as liquidity. So, the moment I saw the Asian low, I now asked myself, what is the key level closest to this Asian low? So this is an open close key level. Now I told us that the bearish open close key level, right, which is what we have here, these two consecutive bearish candle, right, they are used for sales until proven otherwise. Now, proving otherwise means that when price now breaks through it, right? So this is the case of maybe a support broken turn to resistance or resistance broken turn to support. Now, the moment price breaks through it, right, it will now be used for buys. Now, the most important thing is you need to, whenever you see price disrespect a key level, you need to pay attention to the impulsiveness of the candle, right? If the candle disrespect the key level with impulsiveness, just know that price will come back to that zone for you to go in the direction of that impulsive move, right? So this is the entry I picked on Thursday. Thursday, still the same, still the same 20 pips elsewhere, right? And I was targeting the, how many pips did I even do in this trade? I still held this trade to, I think at the close of, I held this trade, right? Then on, I held this trade. Then when the market closed for Thursday, so if you notice, you are going to, like, if you pay attention to GBPJPY, you are going to notice that this week it gave a lot of sweet price action, right? So when the market closed on Thursday, right, the same thing I do, I delete my markup, right? Now that doesn't, like, if I already have a setup that is running, I'll just use this log to unlock it. Then every other markup I delete it. Then go back to daily because I always want to go from daily to know what price is doing. Now this is the price action on Thursday, right? Now where is this price action on Thursday? This price action on Thursday, when you look at it, you don't need somebody to tell you that there was a massive rejection. But where is the rejection coming? If you turn this to line chart, you are going to see that this is an A-shaped key level that was disrespected, right? I told you you need to pay attention to the impulsiveness of the candle that disrespect the key level. The moment I saw that this is an A-shaped key level that was disrespected and price hit it and got rejected massively, right? So when I saw this massive rejection, right? So I was not interested in buys also on Friday. I'm not interested in anything sell. This week I wasn't interested in anything sell on GBPJPY. I'm only interested in the buys because of what the storyline is saying. Then for me to confirm this price action, I need to go to H4 and check if price has given me a recent breakout, right? Now, this was the recent breakout I saw. This was the recent breakout I saw. So the moment I saw this recent breakouts, I was not convinced that the price action on the H4, right, has confirmed the price action on the daily. The moment I saw this breakout, and also this breakout happened on Thursday, so I just went down to H1, right? H1, what am I doing on H1? I was just looking for entries, right? Now this is the last entry I had on this pair on the week. So this entry was on the Friday. Now this particular entry is somehow tricky. You might not actually, now because this is the inducement I use. So inducement I use. Now, what I use as my key level, right? This zone I use as my key level. Let's go to the daily for you to see the zone I use as. Sorry. This zone I was using as my key level. Okay. So this particular trade gave 5 hours. I was using this zone as my key level. Want to long H2 or H2. This is an A-shaped key level. This is an A-shaped key level that price broke through it. Now, the moment price broke through it, now, like I've told us, you always want, whenever you see key level that overlaps with imbalance, so it's a high probable key level. Now we have an imbalance here. Whenever I'm talking about imbalance, I mean your FVG, right? There's an imbalance between this candle and this other candle. And this key level, maybe if you go down to 1 hour, you can as well see it more clearly. But let me just confirm if I think I was using the 2 hours key level. Okay, on the 1 hour, And the 1 hour is the open and close, but on the I think I was using 2 hours or is it 4 hours safe? But I know that that is the key level I used. That is the key level I used. Sorry. So on the 4 hours, no. So I think it's on the 2 hours. On the 2 hours is this a shape key level. This is a shape key level that I was using, and this particular shape key level overlaps with imbalance. So the moment I saw that it overlap with imbalance, so I was like, this is the key level I want to play. Right? This is the key level that makes sense to me that I want to play. Now we also have a key level here. We also have a key level here, but because of the presence of this imbalance, I know that this imbalance happened on at the beginning of Friday. So the moment I saw this imbalance and I saw that there is a key level that overlap with imbalance, so that is why I decided to use that key level. So this particular entry, like I said, is tricky, right? It's by experience, right? So this is the last trade I had on this pair on Friday, right? And this I think that is this particular trade that I dropped. So as of when I saw this is what where price was, right? So this is where price was. Then I was now watching it. The moment I saw it overlaps with imbalance and also around and also around the midpoint of Asian session. So I was now targeting that high. Price just gave me 5 RR. Right, so price gave me 5 RR. Sorry, price gave me 6 RR, like close for the day because it's already Friday. Right, so the next trade I had was on Euro USD. So let's just look at Euro USD and that way I will close the call. Man, Euro USD was actually on Thursday and Friday. So that is when I saw what I liked, right? So I'm good to daily, good to daily. Now the same thing that happened on GBPUSD also happened on EURUSD, but unfortunately I traded the same price action that happened on GBPUSD also happened on EURUSD, but unfortunately I just traded only G, right? So, but if you also want to know where price was coming from, if you change this, you are going to notice that this is a key level. So if you mark this key level, then come back to the recent price action, you are going to notice that. So I didn't trade this guy. So G was more clear, right? G was more clear to me on Monday and Tuesday. So me, I don't like to force it up on the market. Once it's not clear, I just leave, right? Then on the Wednesday, because I had a sell on Thursday and on Friday. So on the Wednesday, my decision to sell is somehow technical, right? It's just based on experience because if you understand candlestick pattern, like when I was telling us in building bias, there are 4 ways I build bias. Is either I use is either I use candlestick rejection, which is maybe either daily reject daily, weekly reject weekly, or H4 reject H4, or I use candlestick sweep, and also I use another thing, candlestick pattern. I will still explain how to use candlestick pattern to be biased. Now, but for those of us who understand candlestick pattern, so this is a harame, which is an unwillingness of price to go higher, right? Now, the moment I saw this harame formed by Monday and Tuesday candle, right? And I know that on Wednesday was bearish. So since price is unwilling to go higher, Wednesday also closed bearish and also closed with body below the low of Monday and Tuesday. So the moment I saw this, I just went down to H4. So this particular entry it's somehow tricky and technical. So I just went down to H4, went out to H4. The moment I saw H4, which is this breakout, right? The moment I saw this breakout, I was not looking for sell entry. Like this is not really a perfect this thing for this is not really my perfect storyline, right? So then on H1, I was looking for inducement and key level. So this is the key level I used for entry, and I was using this as liquidity. Now this is the first entry. Now the first entry at a point after price has dropped massively, price started going back. So when I saw that price was going back, and I decided to look for another key level. I use this key level using this inducement to pick a second entry, but unfortunately, the second entry is stop loss, right? And it's already Friday, so I have to close all the trade here. So the losses I made on this particular trade, I was able to recover it from the small profit from here. So overall, let me just say that on this pair, I just broke even, right? Then I have another sweet trade on NZDUSD. I have another sweet trade on NZDUSD, which is this trade I I posted on the group. But unfortunately, what happened on this NZDUSD, right? I had this trade, but I have to close it out of fear because the spread was during the midnight. I saw that the spread was much. So after closing this trade, only for me to wake up and saw that price has moved very well. So I was actually sad, but on another note, it's part of the process, right? So at least I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson. So we learn every day from the market, right? Then on Friday, I was looking to pick a re-entry from here, but price didn't come back from my re-entry. But now to see the storyline, I think this video is becoming long. Maybe in the next video, I'm going to explain the storyline behind my entry on this trade, right? So I believe with my walkthrough on what happened on JPY and what happened on GPB, all right, how I pick my entry, I believe being able to pick one or two things you will add to improve your trading, right? So, like I said, this is a market commentary, right? You might not expect for me to be giving full detailed teaching, right? But if there are things you feel like, or if there are things some terms or some concepts I mentioned that I feel like you don't understand it or you are still having issues with, you can always let me know. Let me know. Right. So thank you so much for being part of my journey. I can as well share this resource to your friends who you know that maybe want to improve in their trading. You can share the resource with them. All right. So thank you so much. And right. So this is almost 2 a.m. Right. So I need to sleep so that I can wake up and go to church tomorrow. So now this commentary, by next week I also do a commentary to explain my trading activities for the week. So cheers.